Welcome to my channel. My name is Becky Setre. This is part 2 of the common English expressions in the UK. Today I'm going to be talking about slang words that are used, or common slang words used in the UK, which would not be common to you if you're new to the UK. I remember when I came in 2003, I heard words like innie, and I thought, when I was in London, actually, they don't use that where I live, but most often I think London is very common. They say, in it. And then the thing is, I was wondering what that means. All it means is, isn't it? But they say it very short. You should also be aware when you come to UK, when you go to certain parts of the country, especially let's say England, there are different accents in certain areas, and you might find it actually difficult to understand what someone is saying, especially for those of us who have learnt English and English is not our first language. When you go to Scotland as well, they have a different accent, and so you have to listen carefully. And sometimes people speak very quick, I would say, and it's like, okay, hang on. And you have to stop and ask if you don't understand something, especially in healthcare. So I'm going to go through some of the common slang words used. I'm not going to be saying about any bad words, so anyway, but it's something that may interest you. So let's watch the video. Remember to watch the video to the end. So you're welcome back to the main video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share as well to your friends who may find it beneficial. So the first slang word is, for example, someone says, this is bonkers or balmy. I've heard balmy, but I didn't know it's similar to the word bonkers. Once again, this information have been compiled by the Royal College of Nursing to help internationally trained nurses who have relocated to the UK. And I feel as a nurse and as a member of the RCN, I feel I can create a video about it to help others as well. So let's see what bonkers or balmy means. So it just means crazy. So if somebody says this is bonkers, it means this is crazy. And how could this be used in a clinical setting? For example, someone could say, I thought I was going bonkers until my GP confirmed it was a common side effect. So for example, you're taking a medication and you think something is happening to you. You're not sure. You think, am I really going crazy about this in my thinking? And your doctor confirms what it is, and you think, you know what, I thought I was going bonkers. The next one, bloke, which is spelled B-L-O-K-E. So I met this bloke, which means I met this guy or man. And then, for example, how could this be used in a clinical setting? Someone could say, that bloke on reception was very helpful. So that man at reception was very helpful. The next one is botched job. So B-O-T-C-H, job. So all it means is badly done job. So this guy came to my house and just did a botched job. So how could this be used in a clinical setting? For example, someone could say, my previous surgeon did a botched job on my hip. I hope I don't have the same experience this time. So a bad job, I would say. The next one, chuffed, which is C-H-U-F-F-E-D. I'm chuffed. What does that mean? I'm very happy. I've never learned this in English, and I never knew this word until I came to the UK. So, I'm very chuffed today. It means I'm very happy today. Example of how this could be used in a clinical setting. Someone would say, I was chuffed when my results came back negative. So I was happy when my results came back negative. The next one, someone could say, this one is, you need to know this one. I also did not know until I came here. So someone says, copper. It's spelled C-U-P-P-A, so copper. What does that mean? Basically, cup of tea. I don't know who says cup of tea, copper. Anyway, someone would be new. You might be a carer. You might go to someone's house to provide domiciliary care, and they'll say, oh, can you make me a cuppa? You would be confused. You won't know what that means. Or you're on the ward and someone asks you, oh, I want a cuppa. And you're thinking, what does that mean? You might go and ask someone else who is from here, and that person would be thinking, don't you know what cuppa is? That is their language. It's not your language. So, how could copper be used in a clinic setting? I don't even know if I am pronouncing it well. I want a copper. Anyway, a copper might be, somebody would say, a copper might help to comfort that patient. So it's just like a cup of tea might help to comfort that patient. The next one is doddle, D-O-D-D-L-E. Which means something that is easy. I did not know this either after living here for 20 years. Oh, this is as easy as doodle, or this is doodle. So all it means is this is easy. For example, about how this could be used in a clinical setting is, let's say I went to donate blood today. That process was a doodle. It was easy. The next one is dodgy. That one I think most of us know. So so what does dodgy means? Dodgy is D-O-G-G-Y. So if someone tells you this is dodgy, it means something that is not right. Or let's say in Ghana, I would refer to dodgy as, I hope this is not 419, something like that. Anyway, example of how dodgy could be used in a clinical setting is, my stomach is feeling a bit dodgy. So something is not right with my stomach. The next one, someone would say, I'm gobsmacked. Gobsmacked. What English is that? But this is one of the English slangs used here in the UK. So it means shocked or surprised. So I'm gobsmacked, which means I'm shocked or I'm surprised. I don't use it. I know it. I understand it because I've lived here for a while, but it's not something I knew when I came here. So I'm gobsmacked, which means I'm surprised or I'm shocked. Anyway, and how could that be used in a clinical setting? So if you're a midwife, someone could say, I saw the pregnant test and I was gobsmacked. So, a pregnant lady may come to you and say, I saw my test today and I was gobsmacked. It means I was shocked, I was surprised. Anyway, the next one is gutted. I never understood gutted. I thought it's a gutter or something until, I came here when I heard I'm gutted. And I thought, what does that mean? So if someone says I'm gutted, which is spelled G-U-T-T-E-D, all it means is I am very disappointed. Oh, I'm gutted. All right. Okay, then. So how could that be used in a clinical setting? Somebody could say, I'm not being discharged until next week. I'm so gutted. I'm so disappointed. The next one is, so the slangs are not many, so I'll finish in a minute. Someone could say a faff. A faff is spelled F-A-F-F. What does a faff mean? Overly complicated or time consuming. So I'm trying to do something and it's not, so this is just a faff. So how could a faff be used in a clinical setting? Somebody could say, booking this appointment is quite a faff. I know sometimes if you're booking a GP appointment and you ring the GP surgery and the receptions pick the call, or before they even pick the call, you're going to be on the line and it tells you are number 20 on the line, and it's like, or some of them you have to call and call back and call. So someone could say, this is just a faff, going round and round and round, just overly complicated or time consuming. The next one is knackered. That one as well, please. That is spelled K-N-A-C-K-E-R-E-D. So I'm knackered. I've never known this word until I came to the UK. I'm knackered just means, I'm not even looking on the paper because I know that straight away it means I'm tired. So I'm tired or I'm exhausted. How can that be used in a clinical setting? Somebody could say, I was knackered after my last shift. So that could be a staff. At the end of the day, you've gone home and you feel so tired or exhausted. So you say, after that shift, I felt so knackered. Anyway, another one is the loo. What does that mean? All it means is the toilet. For example, of how that could be used in a clinical setting would be, I need the loo. Where is it? So I need the toilet. Where is it? I would add another thing. Sometimes you go to a patient and someone would say, or you hear a colleague say, have you done number 1 or number 2? Basically, number 1 is wee or urine. Number 2 is the one from the other side. The poo is number 2. Okay. The next one to know about is another slang is mate. Hi mate. Hello mate. So mate is just friend. So back home, if we say a mate in Ghana, it's like a driver's mate, a driver's assistant. But over here, if someone says mate, it means a friend. How could that be used in a clinical setting? I'm here to see my mate. His name is da 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 da. So if someone comes to the ward and tells you, or you ask, how can I help? And they say, I'm here to see my mate. Most often it's like guys use that. Some women do say my mate as well anyway. So someone is here to see their friend and they say, I'm here to see my mate. Just understand what that means. Another thing in addition to that is sometimes when someone wants to say thank you to you, to their friends or anyone, so cheers mate, cheers, it's just thank you. Anyway, the next one is rubbish. Rubbish is not like rubbish on the floor. What does that mean? Something which is untrue. So you come and tell me a story and I feel you're deceiving me. That story is not true. Now say, that is rubbish. Anyway, or someone can explain that as poor quality, or you go and buy something and you give to me and I look at it, this is just rubbish. It's not good, something which is bad. Example of how that can be used in a clinical setting. For example, someone could say, they are talking rubbish about my poor health. I would never say that about a patient, but it's just an example. Someone would say, they're talking rubbish about my poor health. I feel fine. The food is a bit rubbish. I'm feeling rubbish. So these are some of the ways people can use the word rubbish. I don't feel right. So I can say, I feel very rubbish today. Or I feel rough today. Almost there. 4 more to go. Another English slang is shambles or a dog's dinner. I've never heard a dog's dinner before, but that and shambles are used interchangeably. So example or the meaning of shambles or a dog's dinner, not the dog's food or dinner for the dog. So shambles means a mess or something which has been badly handled. So a situation occurs and you realize that situation hasn't been handled well at all. So you can say this is absolutely shambles. Or some would say this is absolutely shambolic. They just use words. Anyway, I don't know if these words or expressions are in the English dictionary, but well, you have to know them. It will help you. So example of how someone could use shambles or a dog's dinner in a clinical setting would be, for example, the backlog of NHS appointments is a bit of shambles. We know there's a lot of waiting lists, there's a lot of backlogs for operations and things like that. So someone could describe that situation as a complete shambles or shambolic. Anyway, let's carry on. Another one is skint. S-K-I-N-T. So if someone says, I'm really skint, it means I have no money. So to be without money. Example of how that could be used, for example, in the clinical setting would be, I can't afford to get private health care. I'm totally skint. Another slang is a strop. What does that mean? To be in a bad mood. So I've gone here and that woman there was just throwing a strop. So she's like in a bad mood. How can that be used in a clinical setting? So it could be, I was having a strop because I'm tired and uncomfortable after the procedure. So, I was in a bad mood because I was uncomfortable after that procedure. The final one, but not the least, taking the mick or taking the mickey. So someone could say, are you taking the mick or are you taking the mickey? What does that mean? You're taking advantage. So for example of how that could be used in a clinical setting would be, my appointment is over 30 minutes late. They are taking a mickey. They're having a joke. Are they having a laugh or are they taking an advantage? Another thing they say is, are you having a laugh? Are you serious? So as you live and work in the UK, you end up learning a lot of, so you come across some of these terms and you'll be thinking, what do they mean? They are completely different from what you may be thinking, but it is some of the common slangs that they use in the UK. So I hope this helps. There are a lot of websites that you would find this information. Once again, as I said in the beginning, the Royal College of Nursing have put these things together. They are online, and I thought, I came across it and I thought it's a good material I can use to create a video to help internationally trained nurses, carers, senior carers or caregivers who have relocated from different parts of the world to come and work in the UK. And I hope you have found it very beneficial. Take care of yourselves. If you have anything you'd like me to talk about, why not leave that in the comment section, and I'll see you again soon. Have a good day and bye-bye.